Hi everybody, my name's Angie, and I would like to share with you a special way that recently the Holy Spirit spoke to me and revealed himself to me. A little bit about my story. Me and my husband, we have two boys with us. The oldest one is Lucas, he's 5 years old, and the youngest one is 2 months of turning 2. His name is Elias, and we're expecting our third boy named Liam. Between Lucas and Elias, we had 2 miscarriages. The first one was at 5 weeks, and the second one, a few months after that, was a baby girl. Her name was Isabel, and we lost her at 16 weeks of pregnancy. It was a very hard experience for me and my husband as a family. We especially mourned her as we held her as well, and we went through our grief, and I was able to just pour my heart before the Lord and experience Him in a very special way. A few months later, we got pregnant again with Elias, and when we got pregnant, it was a time of expecting and excitement once again, but also it came along with fears and of the possibility of losing yet another one. And so we poured our hearts before the Lord again and just asked for the Holy Spirit to give us strength and faith. And 2 very special ways that the Holy Spirit spoke to me. Our oldest son Lucas was 3 at the time, and right before I had to leave to my first appointment with my midwife, Lucas knew nothing about the pregnancy. And during my morning with Isabel, there was a worship song that I played a lot and that ministered to me. And Lucas, being a child, he was there beside me and he heard that song, but I hadn't listened to that song for about 2 months. And he just knew that we were gonna go out. He had no idea where or what was happening. And just before we left, he had just turned 3, and he started humming that song just out of nowhere. And the Holy Spirit immediately spoke to me, reminding me of my sacrifice of worship, and that He knew what I was going through and that I could trust Him. A few weeks later, we were at a group meeting from the church, and there was a guest speaker. And he has the gift of prophecy. I didn't know about that. But after he had shared a word, he started praying for some of us. And he came over to me and my husband. It was the day before our 12-week ultrasound, which I was very nervous about because that is when we had found out that Isabel was not developing properly. So I was feeling very scared that day. And he came up to us and he said, "The Lord is saying that you are expecting." And no one in that room, apart from 2 people, knew that we were expecting, and he didn't know us from before. And immediately, again, the Holy Spirit just came to my heart and said, "You are not allowing yourself to expect because you're afraid, but I am telling you, you are expecting, and you should allow yourself to live this moment and know that I have given you this baby." And it was so special to see how the Holy Spirit can speak to us through a 3-year-old, from a 3-year-old to someone who has a gift of prophecy. The Holy Spirit can speak to you in so many ways. We just need to be open to hear His voice. And I would like to share that with you. I hope it's encouraging.